Hello and welcome to the Principal Administrative Licensure Program at Southern Oregon University. I am Dr. Renee Owen. You can simply call me Renee. I'll be your guide for the program, your advisor. I'm the coordinator for the program, and I also teach a lot of the courses. In fact, I teach almost all of the courses this summer to get you started. I made this video to help you prepare a little bit. I know you're all incredibly busy and dedicated educators, and you have a lot to do at your site as the school year is coming to an end. However, there's also a lot to do to look forward to the program and to prepare both mentally and physically and to know what to expect. So here we go. The first thing I want you to be aware of is how important it is to go to Inside SOU. That's where you're going to get started. The address is literally inside.sou.edu. And to actually get in here, you need to have your SOU email set up. So the directions for that were in your welcome letter. Be sure that you've set up your email. You can click here to get into your SOU email. And yes, you are going to start receiving emails from me. So you want to start checking that as soon as possible. And you also want to register for your classes if you haven't yet. Now, as soon as you are registered for your classes, when you go to inside.sou.edu, you can click into Moodle and you can see your classes. So let's check that out. Once you click into Moodle, it'll look like this, and you can scroll down and find your classes here in the middle. You can also use on the right-hand side this arrow to see your classes. Now, the only class that I have opened up so far that's ready for you to start going into is Lead 595. I recommend clicking into that. Let's take a look in here. I recommend you go in and start finding your way around and getting used to this, because this, much more than our physical room that we will sometimes be in, is our classroom. This is where you'll find all the documents you need for each course. It's where you will turn in your work. The slides for each day will be posted here. So you want to get used to using this Moodle, our learning management system. As you scroll down, you'll see things that we use all the time that are posted at the top, such as course essentials. There's the syllabus, faculty offices, information about me and how to contact me, our documents and handbooks. And here's our pre-work. So here is the list of the things to read and to watch before we begin class, and the things to do and complete before we get together in June. You'll see there's a survey here for you to fill out for me. I want you to take your Strengths Finder survey that you'll find in the Gallup book, the Strengths-Based book, and email those to me so you get some practice using your SOU email. And also before class starts, be sure to create a little video. The directions for that are right here, and that's where you will drop it. So this is all a chance for you to get used to and have some practice using Moodle and using our classroom before we get started, and using your email. And here is the list of the reading that you will want to do ahead of time as much as you are able. This is a good opportunity for me to stress that you're taking 9 credits in basically 3.5 weeks this summer. So that's pretty intensive. So I really recommend that you get in here and read ahead of time so that you can keep up and you're not trying to do all of that reading every single night. I don't even think that's possible. So you'll be really glad if you have the reading done before class starts. One more tip on Moodle. If you go on the side here, you can find every aspect of the class. Like here's our pre-work. You'll find everything for the class listed on the side, so you don't have to scroll and scroll and scroll. So let's take a look at that syllabus. At the top is general information about the whole summer program and all the courses, the dates, the delivery method, whether they are virtual, online. And then the survey, the syllabus specifically gets into topics about just the Lead 595 course, which is the first course that we're taking. I'm just scrolling here so that you have an idea of what's here. Here's the materials and the books to purchase, all listed. And the grades, how those work, some of our policies. Here are major assignments described, how to do them, how to turn them in. And then we get down to the calendar. Now, the calendar can be quite overwhelming. The whole syllabus can be overwhelming. But the great thing about the syllabus is that there is so much there. That's what's overwhelming about it, is how much is there. So you really want to take some time and start like looking it over and making sense of it. And the calendar is going to be one of your best friends. This is where you can really see a checklist for each day and whether you're doing everything that you need to do. And you want to compare this against what's in Moodle every day to make sure that you know what you're doing. So here's the pre-work listed again. Read what to read and watch. There's live links here so you can find the stuff easily. And then also the list of things to do before we start. And then it'll go through each day, so you can see a whole bunch here. Now you would probably be tempted to print this off, so you have a printed copy of it, and that is fine, but this is a live document. I'm still making changes to the syllabus. I'm still making changes to Moodle. So all of this is live, so if you print it off, make sure that you attend to it every so often so that you catch any changes that are made and you have the most updated version. Now you're also probably curious what class is going to look like on an average day. We are going to be together from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. That's when you're expected to be there and be available, whether we're in person or virtual. In the morning, we tend to do lectures and a lot of activity and engagement time, and we have about a 40-minute lunch. And then in the afternoon, we usually have a guest lecturer and some time for your different group work. Afternoon is full of group work for the various groups that you're in. So even if we're online, you need to be available until 3:30 because your groups will be getting together and having some different meetings. Whether we're in person or virtually, be prepared to have evening and weekend reading and writing assignments to do. So you really want to prepare your family for how intensive this is going to be and make sure that you take care of yourself, whether it's virtual or in person. Bring food and refreshments, have those ready for yourself. Be prepared to get up and move around. We'll take breaks, and I'll always be reminding you to take care of yourself, just like you will be reminding the people that work with you to take care of themselves too. Here's a look again at the books. Something unique this year is that I have a book that I wrote for the Principal Administrative Licensure program. It's called Becoming a Transformative Leader from the Inside Out. Now, it's not being published until September with Bloomsbury Publishers, so I'm giving you all a PDF copy of it. And this summer, lots of times you'll see you have an option of reading something in one of these books or reading a chapter or two in the Becoming a Transformative Leader book. Sometimes I'll just have you read something from the Transformative Leader book. Sometimes I'll just have you read something from one of our other books. At this point, I recommend you go ahead and look at Moodle, find the syllabus in Moodle, click on it, and begin looking at both of those to get yourself really oriented and to be clear on what it is you want to do to prepare before our first class. Here's a list that you can refer to on the video of some of those things to do. Mostly, I'm just really looking forward to meeting all of you, especially in person when we get to be in person that second week. We'll start out on Zoom. The link to Zoom is in Moodle, just like everything else you'll find is in Moodle. And then we get to be in person our second week. Can't wait.